just come into a comfortable seated position. Just checking in with your breath. Checking in with how you're feeling today. Maybe just closing your eyes. And our sunrise gratitude today. The wind is a powerful force, strong enough to change a landscape. With the help of the wind, sand dunes form and shift. The wind also reminds us that things are constantly changing and that being adaptable is the best way to survive. If we resist, we are only pushing against a force that will eventually move. Suspend the urge to stay put and allow yourself to be moved wherever you're destined to go. Welcome ease into your life by releasing control. So bringing your left ear over towards your left shoulder. And then circling your head around your collarbone, bringing your right ear over towards your right shoulder. And just gently circling from side to side, being kind to your neck. And coming back into the middle, back to neutral. And as you exhale, bringing your chin towards your chest, lengthening your neck. And as you inhale, taking your gaze up to the sky, opening your throat. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Inhaling, gaze to the sky. And again. Taking your gaze up towards the sky. Coming back into the middle. And then looking over your left shoulder. To the middle. And over your right. Back into the middle. And then bringing your left hand to the ground beside you. And as you inhale, sweeping your right arm over. Stretching your fingers over to the side. And then feeling that nice stretch all down your side body. Taking that right hand to the ground behind you. Left hand to right knee, looking over your shoulder. Sweeping your right hand over onto your left knee, so your arms are crossed in front. As you exhale, chin towards your chest, rounding your spine. Inhaling, gaze up to the sky, opening up your chest and your heart. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale now, sweeping your fingers tall. And then stretching your fingers up to the sky, up to the light. Palms together, coming down through your heart center. Bringing your right hand to the ground beside you, left hand coming over. And again, stretching those fingers, keeping your shoulders relaxed. Taking your gaze wherever's kindest for your neck. And taking your left hand behind you, right hand to left knee, looking over your shoulder. Sweeping that left hand onto your right knee, so your arms across the opposite way now. Exhale, chin towards your chest. Inhaling, gaze to the sky. Back to neutral. Inhaling, reaching those fingers tall. Stretching them up to the light. Palms together down through your heart center. Bringing your feet to the floor now, knees to the sky. Checking that you've got room behind you. Engaging your core and your pelvic floor. Slowly rolling onto your back. And when you get there, taking a full body stretch, stretching your legs long, taking your arms above your head. And then taking hold of opposite elbow with opposite hand. And picking up your upper body, so your shoulders and your head, and taking them over to the left side of your mat. Settling back onto the ground. And then the same with your legs. Taking your legs over to the left side. Keeping your back on the floor. And maybe it feels nice to keep hold of your elbows, or perhaps taking hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Maybe taking your right ankle and placing it on top of your left. Just increasing that stretch all down your side body. Banana asana. And then if you've got your foot on top of the other one, taking that off now, and releasing your wrist. Bring your legs back into the middle. And your upper body. And as you exhale, bringing your knees in towards your chest. Taking one hand to one knee, the other hand to the other knee. Drawing big circles away from each other. And back in the opposite direction. Engaging your core, going back to stillness, engaging your core, and as you inhale, taking that full body stretch, controlling your legs with your core. Taking hold of your elbows above your head, shuffling your body over to the right side now, and your legs, keeping your back on the floor again. And then maybe it feels nice to keep hold of your elbows, or perhaps taking hold of your left wrist with your right hand, maybe taking your left ankle on top of your right. If you got hold of your wrist, releasing that, taking your ankle off of the other one, bringing your legs back into the middle, and your upper body. Exhale, knees towards your chest. This time, taking hold of the back of your thighs, rock and rolling up and down your spine. Giving yourself a little massage. We're going to come into boat pose here. So you've got options with boat. You can have your feet down, you can have your feet away, you can have your hands on the mat, you can hold your legs, you can take your hands away, keeping your core engaged, taking whichever option is best for you. Bringing a bit of strength into your body. And then from here we're coming into tabletop, so maybe crossing your ankles, rolling over your legs, or swinging your legs around, whichever works best. So taking your hands beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. We'll take some cat-cows here. So as you inhale, lifting your head, your heart, your tail. And as you exhale, rounding your spine, dropping your head, tucking your tailbone. Inhale, lifting your head, your heart, your tail. Exhale, rounding back down. Belly button towards your spine. And just moving between those two moves with your own breath. From here, doing what's called Saraja movements, closing your eyes, let your body guide you. Maybe that's staying with the cat-cows or swaying from side to side. Your body knows what you need best, just let it guide you. Making those movements as big or as small as feels good. Bringing your sitting bones towards your heels, your forehead to the mat, into a child's pose. And just massaging your forehead from side to side. Maybe setting yourself an intention for your day. And coming back into a tabletop position. So taking your left hand out in front of you, reaching it long, and then extending your right leg out behind you. Exhale, elbow to knee, make yourself small. Inhaling to extend. Exhale, make yourself small. And again. Returning your hand to the mat, taking your leg over to the left side, taking your toes to the floor, looking over your shoulder towards your toes. And then picking your leg up, taking it all the way out to the right side. So your knee and your foot are in alignment. Looking your hands towards your body, coming to upright. Sweeping your hand down your right leg, left arm coming over. Left hand to the ground, sweeping your right arm over now, feeling that stretch from your fingertips to your foot. Coming to upright, and then taking your right leg out in front, into a low lunge, reaching your hands tall, relaxing your shoulders. Bringing your left hand forward, right hand back. Flipping your front palm and reclining back, catching hold of the back of your thigh. Coming forward, bringing your left hand to the ground, right hand up into the air. Both hands to the ground, it's coming back to a tabletop. So taking your right hand out in front of you this time, and your left leg. Exhale, elbow to knee, make yourself small. Inhale to extend, and again. And returning your hand to the mat, taking your toes over to the right side, looking over your shoulder towards your toes. And then picking your leg up, taking it all the way out to the left, so your foot and your knee are in a line. And walking your hands towards yourself, coming to upright. Sweeping your hand down your left leg, right hand coming over. And again, taking your gaze wherever's nicest for your neck, maybe the floor or your raised hand. And then bringing that right hand to the ground, left hand coming over. Coming to upright, and then taking your straight leg out in front. Reaching your fingers tall into your low lunge. Right hand coming forwards, left hand going back. Flipping that right palm and reclining back. Coming forward, right hand to the ground, left hand up into the air. Both hands to the ground, back to tabletop. So taking your right hand out in front of you again, and then sweeping it all the way around. Big circle, and then landing your hand, pointing towards your knee, or whatever angle feels good. And then the same with your right hand, sweeping it forwards, all the way around, landing it again, so that your fingers are pointing towards your knee, or however feels good. Maybe staying still, or maybe gently rocking from side to side, or backwards and forwards. Maybe little circles, just being gentle with your wrists, but waking them up. This is nice to do if you do a lot of work on the keyboard, or knitting, I've been told. And coming back to stillness, taking your hands back the way they came now. Taking your left hand behind, sweeping all the way behind you, coming forward, and then landing your fingers so they're facing forwards. And the same with your right arm. Big circle. Walking your hands towards your knees now, tucking your toes, coming into a toe squat at the back of your mat. So maybe testing your balance and taking your hands away. Maybe keeping your hands down or taking one hand away. And then bringing your hands to the mat in front of you, straightening your legs, coming into a forward fold. So taking hold of opposite elbow or into opposite hand, just letting your body and your head hang heavy. Maybe swaying gently from side to side. Releasing your hands, just let your arms dangle. We're going to roll up our spine here, rolling up. Coming up to standing, taking your shoulders down your back. Inhale, reaching tall. Bring your palms together, relaxing your shoulders, and then leaning over to the left. Keeping your right foot pushed into the ground. To the middle, and the other way. Pushing into that opposite foot, to the middle, down into a chair pose here. So sitting your weight back into your heels, keeping your heart and your head lifted, shoulders back. Should be able to wriggle your toes. Exhale, folding forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, rolling back up your spine. This time, taking your shoulders down your back, and we're going to bounce on our heels, bringing some energy into our body. Coming to stillness. Inhale, reaching tall, palms together, lean into the left, pushing into that right foot. The middle, and the other way. The middle, and then sinking back into that chair pose. Folding forward, hands to the mat. Inhale, rolling back up. Exhale, relaxing your shoulders down your back. So this time we're going to look over one shoulder, lifting the opposite heel, back into the middle and the other way. Moving from side to side, letting your arms swing as you move. Maybe tapping yourself on the back with your hands. Coming to stillness. Inhale, reaching tall, palms together, Relaxing your shoulders, lean into the left. To the middle, to the right. Back into the middle, down into your chair. This time we're coming back into the toe squat, so maybe lifting your heels, lowering yourself all the way down. Bringing your hands to the mat. Walking forward, coming back into a tabletop. So here we're going to cross our ankles, if this feels good for you, and then roll back, coming into a seated position. So taking your left leg out to the side at an angle. Bringing your right foot to your inner thigh, and then angling your body slightly over your bent knee. Taking your arm down your straight leg, and then sweeping your right arm over. Keeping that top shoulder back, your body rotated to the side. And then taking your right hand to the ground behind you, pushing into your hand, lifting your hips, shooting your left arm up into the air, pushing your hips forwards. Lowering yourself back down. Taking that again, hand down your straight leg, other arm coming over, shoulder back. Maybe you can reach your foot. Taking that top hand to the ground behind you, lifting yourself up, pushing your hips forwards. Lowering yourself down, then picking up that straight leg and crossing it over to the other side. Shuffling yourself round. So you can have your right leg straight or wrap round like this, up to you. Taking your left hand behind you, right arm up into the air. And as you exhale, hugging your knee in towards your chest, looking over your shoulder. And then keeping your body where it is, looking over your right shoulder. Bringing your hands to the right side of your mat. And coming to look forwards. So if your right leg wasn't straight, straightening that up now. And then bringing your right foot to the floor, knee to the sky. And hopefully your left ankle ends up on your right thigh. So keeping that left foot flexed, kinder to your knee. And you can keep this right foot as close or as far away as feels good. And then straightening that right leg back out down the mat. Bringing your left foot to your inner thigh and taking it out to the angle. Angling your body over that bent knee. And then taking your right arm down your right leg. Left arm sweeping over. Bringing your left hand to the ground behind you, pushing into your left hand, lifting your hips, shooting your hips forward, right arm up into the air. Lowering yourself down, taking your arm back down your leg. Other arm sweeping over. And keeping that top shoulder rotated to the side. Left hand to the ground behind, lifting yourself up. Lowering yourself back down. And then picking up that right leg, bringing it over to the left side. And again, keeping that left leg wrapped round or straight, whichever you prefer, but keeping your right foot flat on the floor. Taking your right hand behind you, left hand up into the air. And as you exhale, hugging your knee in towards your chest, looking over your shoulder. body just where it is, looking over your left shoulder. Bringing your hands to the left side of your mat. And then coming to look forwards. And if your left leg wasn't straight, straightening that out now. Bringing your left foot to the floor, knee to the sky, and hopefully your right ankle has ended up on top of your left thigh. And again, you can have that as close or as far away as feels good. Keeping that right foot flexed, kind to your knee. And then removing that foot from the top. So you've got both feet on the floor now, knees to the sky. Checking you've got room behind you again, lowering yourself onto your back. Bringing your feet so they're mat width apart, knees locked together. And just windscreen wiping your legs from side to side. And then allowing your legs to drop over to one side or the other, doesn't matter which. Opening your arms out wide and looking down the opposite arm. Coming back into the middle and taking that the other way. Coming back into the middle. And letting your back just settle for a moment. And extending your legs long down your mat. Bringing your arms beside you. Just taking a moment for a savasana. Allowing that energy to come back into your body. Allowing yourself just to sink into your mat for a moment. And bringing some gentle movement back into your body. Maybe wriggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe having a yawn and a stretch. And then bringing your knees in towards your chest. Giving yourself a hug. Thanking yourself for taking this time for you today. And then rolling over onto whichever side feels good for you today. Taking a breath here. And then coming into a comfortable seated position. Keeping your eyes closed if you can. And for a breath practice this morning, we're going to do alternate breath work, balancing out the left and the right hemispheres of our brain. So bringing your left hand to your heart center, checking back in with your breath, back in with how you're feeling, and then taking the 3 middle fingers on your right hand and placing them between your eyebrows on your third eye, and closing off your right nostril with your thumb, inhaling through your left nostril, closing your left nostril, opening the right, and exhale. Inhale right, exhale left. Inhale from your left nostril, exhale right nostril. Inhale right, exhale left. that once more in your own time. Moving your hand, allowing your breath to return to its normal rhythm. Bringing opposite hand to opposite upper arm, giving yourself a hug, releasing that happy cuddle hormone. Bringing the palms of your hands together, rubbing them, generating a little bit of warmth. Placing your hands over your eyes and your nose. And to close our practice today, taking an inhale together and exhale, letting it go. Gently fluttering your eyes open, adjusting them back to the light. Bringing your hands together, and thank you for practicing with me.